my dears, and welcome back to my corner of the internet. I'm Shannon, and today I've got a monthly favorites video to share with you guys. It's been a while since I filmed one of these. I know I didn't do one the end of February because I was out of town. I don't even know if I did one in January, so now seemed like a good time to get one done. I've got some makeup, some skincare, some hair care, some Netflix stuff, so let's just get on into it. The first product is from the brand Verb, and it's one of their Detangle, Defrizz, and Conditioning Leave-In Mists. It looks like this, and it is so good. I love the Verb brand. I have really thick, unruly hair that needs a lot of help to just kind of calm itself down after I wash it, and this helps so much. It makes it nice and smooth. It takes the frizz out. I just absolutely love it and would recommend, especially if you've got thick hair and a lot of it that needs a little extra help minding its own business. Next up is from the brand Bourjois, and it is their Blur the Lines Concealer. I know I mentioned this when I first got it, and then a few weeks ago I used it in a Get Ready With Me, but I just wanted to mention it again because I'm really, really loving it. First of all, I love the way it's applied. It comes in what looks like a lipstick tube, and it works like lipstick. You roll it up, and then you just apply it right onto your face with a stick so you don't have to get it on your hands. It doesn't get messy, and then you just use your beauty blender to bounce it in. And I really love it. At first I wasn't 100% sure how I felt about it. It looked okay, but I just wasn't sure if I loved it. But the more I've used it, the more I realize, yes, this is fantastic. And this is honestly one of the first few things I've tried from Bourjois, and I really like it, and I look forward to trying more from the brand. So if you are familiar with this brand and you yourself use it, let me know which of their products you think are the best or that you'd recommend. And next time in the city, I'll definitely check some of them out, and maybe I could do like a little brand review if I picked up a few of the products, just because I don't really hear people talking about this brand much, but from what I've seen with the performance of the concealer, it's really good. Next up is a mascara that everybody loves. Everyone that tries this mascara loves it. The great thing about it too is it is so affordable, and that is the Lash Princess from Essence. It's just so good. I think this is like $3.99 at the drugstore. You can't beat the price. And it works really good. And it's funny because I use it and I use it up, and then I buy something else, and then I forget about it until I'm back in a Shoppers Drug Mart and I see it. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I love this. And then I'll pick it up again. So the wand just looks like this. Nothing fancy. And again, you can't beat the price. So in Canada, they sell them at Shoppers Drug Mart. I think in America, they sell them at Ulta. So you can check them out there. Next up, you guys, is a highlighter I've been loving. This is from Physicians Formula. It's their Butter Highlighter. It looks like this. If you've been around my channel for a while, you know I love all of the butter products that I've tried. The butter bronzers are to die for. The butter blushes are beautiful, and yeah, the highlighters, so gorgeous. So this one is rose gold. First of all, when you touch them, like, it feels like butter. I'm guessing that's where they got the name from, but they're just, let me see if it'll focus here. They're just so beautiful and such a nice sheen on them. And yeah, would definitely recommend. They can tend to run a little pricey because Physicians Formula does, in terms of drugstore brands, they're definitely on the higher end of the scale. But the butter products are all so worth it. And not only the butter products, but like the Healthy Foundation, that's so good. The Healthy Lip, those are all so good. What I love about the Healthy Lip too is I know I've had them in favorites before, but they've got lots of great colors, and it's a really long-lasting formula, and I hadn't really been expecting it to be. I don't even know why, but I just hadn't expected it to have a long life, and it does. It stays on really well, so lots of great products from Physicians Formula. Next up is a foundation from Fenty Beauty, and this is the Fenty Beauty Matte Foundation. Is that just what it's called? On the back it says the Pro Filter Soft Matte Longwear Foundation. So I've had this for a few months now, and I used it when I first got it, and then I switched to a L'Oreal foundation, and I'm almost done with that one now, and I've come back to this one mainly because some summer's gonna be coming up soon, and this is gonna be too light for me, so this is really a winter foundation for me. But it's so good. It's so good. It's, first of all, the packaging. It comes in like a frosted glass bottle. Just really beautiful presentation. Looks really sharp. And the product's great. It lasts, like it says, it's a long wear foundation. I would agree that it is. I think it looks really good when it's on, and I really like the formula. So if you haven't tried the Fenty foundations, I would suggest you do. I first tried it because I got a sample of it from Sephora, and really loved it. So maybe if you have a Sephora near you, because I mean they are a little pricier, it's like $45. If you have a Sephora near you, go in and ask for a sample and see if you like it before you commit to buying it. And if you like matte foundations, because it's right in the name, it's a matte foundation. So if you like matte foundations, I think you'll like it. And I do tend to have dry skin in the winter, and it's still fine for me. So worth a try. Next up is a nail polish favorite. I picked this one up when I was in the city last at the end of February, and I really love it. It's called Ladylike, and it's from Essie. This is, I think, from their spring line, or if not their spring line, then their Valentine line. Maybe they released it for that, because the whole line was a lot of pinks and reds. And then just look at the topper. And then the topper is just covered in little hearts. It's not wanting to focus on that, but if I pull it back, anyway. It's just a super cute bottle, and I really love the sort of dusty rose of the nail polish color. It's really beautiful for a nice neutral, and you can't go wrong with Essie. So, been loving that. I've worn that 3 or 4 times now since I've had it. Next up is a moisturizer favorite that I have been loving and has been an actual lifesaver throughout the winter and the spring when it's still so dry here. I mean, it stays pretty dry all summer, but in the winter when it's that cold dryness, this was just, it was so good. And it's a huge bottle. It's from Jergens, and it's their Hydrating Coconut lotion. And it just says, nourishes for visibly softer skin. Like, I'm talking, it's humongous. But it's got a pump, which is nice. It's great to just put on your dresser, so before you go to bed at night, you can just slather it on. I also like it when I'm out of the shower. As soon as I dry off enough, put some on, and it just really sets in and moisturizes really good. And Jergens is pretty affordable. Next up, I have 2 palettes. Well, one's a quad, one's a palette that I've been using a ton of lately. The first one is what I used to get this look today. I used nothing but this palette, or quad I should say. And this was one of the Patrick Star and MAC collaboration quads. And this was from last year's, around Mother's Day. And this is the Play With Me palette, and it looks like this. It's so pretty, and I just love the formula. MAC eyeshadows are so good. And they go on like a dream. There's no fallout. I mean, you can't ask for more. So for these ones, yeah, I used these 3 colors here. I put this blue down on the waterline, and then it was a bit stark, so then I went over it with this color here, just went over it again, and that softened it a little bit. And it's just really pretty. This one here is just gorgeous. It's just this kind of foiled metallic pink, and it's just beautiful. So yeah, I love this a lot. I don't know if these are still available, but yeah, I'd gotten one of the whole, he had 2 separate Mother's Day collections, and that was the quad from one of them. And then the final like beauty related item and the second eyeshadow related item is the Dream Street palette. This is from Colourpop. It was a collaboration with Kathleen Lights, who you know I absolutely adore. And this palette is just so good. Like, the colors, they're just so beautiful. There's so many gorgeous shimmers and a lot of mattes as well. And I just love the color story. And I mean, let's see if I can swatch a few here. These are, I mean, I don't know if the camera is going to focus, but they're just so beautiful. I love this one here too, so gorgeous. And while I love that it has so many gorgeous neutrals, it also has those pops of color in there. Like this one here, Spark. I mean, that's so gorgeous. And then Mermaid Boy, so beautiful. Just so many gorgeous colors. And I think this is one of my favorite collaborations with Colourpop that Kathleen has done yet. The quality of these shadows are so good. There's very little fallout. They feel so soft and buttery, but they're not too soft, you know, when that happens. I'm looking at you, Becca highlighters. But yeah, it's so good, and this is still available on the Colourpop website. It's, I think, I don't know, $15. Colourpop is so affordable. If you have not tried the brand yet, you need to. There's so many great products. And speaking of Colourpop, they just released their Disney Villains collection. Today, I've watched Kathleen unbox her PR box, and I've watched Raw Beauty Christie do hers. And so I watched Kathleen's first to get a idea of the collection, and then by the time I went to Christie's video, I had a notepad out and I was writing down my wish list for what bits of the collection I want to order eventually, and then I could do a like a haul of what I pick up, and then maybe Get Ready With Me as well, because I want to get the palette, a few lipsticks, and more. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous collaboration collection. Alright, so that's everything beauty and makeup related. Finally, I just thought I'd talk about a few of the things on Netflix that I've been loving, and things like that. We're currently also rewatching Lost. It's not on Netflix, at least not Netflix Canada, but it is on Amazon Prime. We're in season 2 now. It is so good. It's such a great show, and like I said, we watched it all from beginning to end, probably about 6 years ago, and rewatching it the second time, there's so much I missed or didn't pick up on, or you know, there's just so much. It's such a rich show full of so much. So if you haven't seen it, it's on Amazon Prime. Back to Netflix though, the OA season 2 just went up. I haven't watched it yet because we're kind of knees deep in Lost right now, but the first season of the OA was so good, and when it ended I was like, no, that can't be all that's up right now. And then to make matters worse, we had to wait forever, like 2 years, maybe even more. I'm thinking like 2.5 years for the next season to come. But it's so good. It's a little different. There's, you know, some supernatural elements to it, but it is so good. And the woman who stars in it, she's also the writer and director and creator. Like, it's really awesome, and it will keep you engaged the entire time. So if you have not watched the OA, definitely watch it. There's 2 seasons up, and it's very interesting. Also, another show on there that I loved, that I watched recently, was Russian Doll. It stars, and again, I think was created and like written by Natasha Lyonne, who's also the star, like I just said. But yeah, it's really good. It's a little different, but it's really good. It's really good, and it'll keep you on the edge of your seat because you need to know what is going on, and it's great. I don't know if there'll be a season 2 of that. It kind of comes to an end, so I don't know if there'll be more, but really enjoyed that. We also watched the Ted Bundy tapes when that came out last month, and that was really good. If you're into true crime, it's a little much at times. It's very unsettling, of course, but very interesting. So that is going to do it for me for today. Let me know in the comments down below, what have you been loving on Amazon Prime and Netflix? I'd ask Hulu, but we don't have Hulu in Canada, so that's not much good to me. But on Netflix and Amazon Prime, what have you been loving? Are you so excited for Game of Thrones coming back in a couple weeks? I'm so excited. And yeah, I will see you guys on Friday because we're going to be talking about The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna, which is our second book club book. And can't wait to talk about it. And yeah, let me know as well if you've been reading along. So I will see you guys then. I hope you have a great day. Bye.